Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Macon-Bibb County Commission meeting. This is our regularly scheduled meeting today. We had a pre-commission earlier today. Today is Tuesday, December the 16th, and the time is now 6 o'clock, and we're scheduled to take our meeting. Those of you who can and will, please stand, and we'll start our meeting like we always do with a prayer led by a pledge of allegiance. So if you don't mind standing and bowing your head, we'll ask Dr. McLeod if you don't mind coming up to the front. We've got Dr. Carlos McLeod, pastor of Church of God of Christ, at Campbell Street. Going to have him say our prayer tonight, and to be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
Come to you tonight in this place we call Macon. What an honor it is to be a servant in this beautiful city, this bastion of southern gentility. We thank you for the leaders who gather, whose hands you guide. We come to thank you for the vision of our mayor and the passion of this council and the citizens who are certainly well-deserved. We thank you for we stand at the precipice of a new year. We ask that you will guide our hands, guide our thoughts, guide our decisions, be in every way. Empower us with your divine strength and your holy fire. We ask that you will lead this city into the new year as servants of mankind and servants of God. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. Okay, we're not aware of any public comments on agenda items, but we'll move right on to approval of the minutes. We're going to have the approval of the minutes for December the 3rd, 2024 commission meeting. At this time, I entertain a motion to approve. Motion by Commissioner Wynn, second by Mayor Pro Tem Clark. All those in favor of the motion, please say aye. Opposed, nay. That motion carries. We have a consent agenda. The consent agenda is item 6, items A through AA, with the exception of item K that was tabled. So this time we entertain approval of the consent agenda as established. Motion by Mayor Pro Tem Clark. We have a second. Second by Commissioner Wilder. All those in favor of the motion, please say aye. Opposed, nay. That motion carries and we sent consent agenda. This time we'll have public comment on non-agenda items. Not aware of any comment on non-agenda items. That's correct? I know we do have a couple of point of personal privileges tonight. As you recall, today we had our inauguration of our new members and our returning members to the commission. We have several that are outgoing commissioners, a couple that have already left us, including Ms. Commissioner Lane Lucas and Commissioner Tillman. And we have a couple of new members that will be taken over as well in January, and they were sworn in today. And I know we have two members that are with us tonight, Commissioner Mallory Jones and Commissioner Virgil Watkins. I know Commissioner Jones had asked me to allow him an opportunity to make some comments tonight. We'll offer the same to Commissioner Watkins if you want to. And then at the conclusion, we'll have Commissioner Stewart. I'm sure I know what's on his mind tonight, that he'll make a couple of announcements about where we all may be tomorrow morning cheering on. So at this time, we'll hear from Commissioner Mallory Jones.
Thank you, Mayor. It's hard to think back, January the 1st, 2014, that 9 of us were sworn in. And as I told Virgil, he and I are the only 2 left standing from the original. So it's been a great experience. It's been a pleasure, a privilege to serve. It's been a lot of work. I'm grateful to live in Macon, Georgia. I was born in Atlanta, grew up in Marietta, but I've been here 54 years. So I've been here longer than perhaps Virgil, who was born and grew up here. But Macon's my hometown. My son was born here. My parents are buried here, and I love Macon, Georgia. And I remember when I came here out of college way back in 1970 that my parents often said in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, and they talked about Macon's got such great potential. I just wish we could reach some of that potential. Well, I think we have. I think we have in the last 12 years. Macon has come a long, long way. You might recall we had 21 elected officials, 15 city council, and 5 commission members, Bibb County Commission, and a mayor. So now we're down to 10. And I remember, and I bet Virgil does too, we were kind of at a crossroads. We had finally passed consolidation, and we didn't really know how it was going to work out, but I think it's worked out fine. We've improved dramatically in the last 12 years. So I want to thank all the people I've had the privilege of serving with. Some of you for 11 full years, some of you just a little bit less than that. And I want to thank the mayor. I want to thank Mayor Robert Rickert. He and I didn't agree on everything, and I don't agree with everything on Mayor Miller, but most everything, 99% probably. But Mayor Rickert was the right mayor at the right time, and he did a lot to move us along in the process. So I want to thank my fellow commissioners. I want to thank all the government employees. Dr. Keith Moffitt, he's been an outstanding county manager, especially in the last 4 years. I think he's gotten better like a good bottle of wine. He's aged, gets better all the time. I want to thank all the Bibb County employees, the legal department, Janice Ross. She was voted the best clerk in the state of Georgia, and we already knew that, so I'm grateful for her. And I'll leave out some names, I'm sure. Julie Moore, Christy Ialucci, who was here early, Chris Floor and your team. Especially grateful for the people out in the trenches that I call on probably more than anybody. That's Public Works with Tim Wilder and Perry Baston, Assistant Director Perry. Before that, Marvin Land. Rob Riles, head of facilities, Spencer Hawken, emergency, Michael Glisson, parks and beautification. I would put these people up against anybody in the nation. They have been so responsive to me and Bibb County, my constituents, and their needs. They've responded every time. They answer the phone or get right back to me. They solve, and that's what we do. We solve problems, and they've been a huge help. Sheriff Davis, Shane Edwards, all the government employees. We've really got some great ones here. In addition to that, mentioned there are going to be a lot of challenges, I think, on the next group that we didn't have. We've had the benefit of the American Rescue Plan funds. Of course, it's a double-edged sword. That's what's caused our inflation in part, or mostly to go up to 20.5%. But the funds were coming, and Mayor Miller did an outstanding job of distributing them and putting them where they could go to the best use. So just want to thank everybody for the privilege and the honor of serving. And we didn't always agree, but like Virgil and I don't always agree, but I think our end product made it better. Because if we all thought the same thing, and then it wouldn't be as good as it is. So we've had good, respectful discussion, sometimes disagreement, but the last 4 years we've had more unanimous votes than we've seen in 12 years, and I attribute a lot of that to Mayor Miller for his outstanding leadership. So it's been an honor, and this is the last meeting, so I've got 15 more days. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner Jones. I appreciate the comments, and I know that this may be your last meeting, but I'm sure none of us hadn't heard the last of you, so I'm sure you'll be in that ear about those roads and those sidewalks and all those projects. And just like we told Commissioner Lucas, anything you had a part in playing, we're going to welcome you back to make sure you're there for every groundbreaking, every ribbon cutting that we have, because you've all contributed. Commissioner Watkins, would you like to say anything, sir?
Yeah, I'll be brief. I guess a large part of it, I've had the privilege of serving Macon-Bibb County in this capacity most of, if not all of my adult life. And it's truly been an honor. I've gotten to know the way that this community works, its citizens, those who love it, those who hate it, those who want more from it. And it's been a great way to, and coming back from college, I couldn't think of a better way to contribute and give back to the community. And for y'all to allow me to do it as many years as I have, man, it's been the best. I truly thank all of you guys. You know, I had the opportunity, me and Mallory, we've done things here that few communities have done, to the point we've closed the government in the city of Macon and got to be a part of opening a new government. And that's just as a political science major, a government geek, that's just a really cool thing to be able to do and remember how we got there. You're talking about almost literally making a charter, making a constitution. Like that took a lot out of us, but we got through it. And there's been so much that has happened in Macon over the past 12 and 16 years. To know that we've all played a part of it and gotten to see the downtown grow and all have put our footprints and fingerprints on several parks, community centers, just all over. The modernization of Macon has happened over these past 20 years. And again, just thank you all the citizens, for allowing me to be a part of and allowing me to put my little piece of salt into it. So thank you again.
Thank you, Commissioner Watkins. Commissioner Stewart, you have something?
Yes, well, of course, you know what I want to talk about tomorrow, but let me just lead by saying that as these two gentlemen leave the diocese, and it's great to know they're not leaving our community, and y'all's voices are needed, and your voices, I hope, will be heard in the future going forward. I've come to know Mallory Jones over the years, just as a citizen. I have great respect for him. Commissioner Watkins' families, our families go way back. I've worked with Commissioner Watkins professionally since former Mayor Ellis, and former Governor Sonny Perdue appointed me to the Workforce Development Board, maybe about 20 years ago, almost now. So I appreciate y'all so very much. As Mayor Miller alluded to, the one thing I want to talk about more than anything else is tomorrow. It's taking place. Our Northeast Raiders are going for a state championship. Kickoff is at 1 o'clock at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I truly appreciate Mayor Miller making adjustments. My first call as the team won the regional game the last week was to Mayor Miller, and I said, Mr. Mayor, can we do something about this swearing in? And so I really appreciate him doing that. I hope everybody, Northeast is, for right now, is Macon's team. It's been 49 years since a Macon team, which I think was last at Central Chargers with Roger Jackson and Mike Jolly. I was just 2 or 3 years old at the time, so that shows you, I'm 53 now. So it shows you the longevity between those times. So we're supporting the Northeast Raiders. They're led by Jeremy Wiggins, who's the coach. I played ball with John and Jeff Wiggins. I remember when Jeremy was born. We were about 14 years old, playing ball out to East Macon Park. And the leader on the field is Mr. Nick Woodford, who's a scholar athlete at Northeast right now, a senior. So I hope everybody can make it up to Atlanta tomorrow to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium for the 1 o'clock kickoff. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Commissioner Stewart. Commissioner Bronson?
Hey, there you go. Hey. So a few things real quick. First and foremost, great job today on the inauguration, to everyone that played a part in it. Thank you to the citizens that came out in support. And thank you to Commissioner Mallory and Commissioner Watkins for your dedication and your guidance in this administration and past administrations to get us where we are today. So I just want to say thank you and salute you both for that. Also, go Northeast tomorrow. Good luck on everything. Come back with the championship, and let's celebrate and huddle around them. And then lastly, I have to say on Thursday, we'll be doing our 3rd annual Santa spotting that's taking place throughout the community. Santa Claus should be arriving on Thursday around 6 o'clock-ish, give or take, to visit some of the communities throughout. We're asking for volunteers and supporters, for those that want to come by and donate. You can bring your donations down to the headquarters fire station on December 18th between 4 and 7, looking for a few lights and wreaths. Just want to make sure that Santa Claus has a good takeoff. And we're looking forward to December 19th as his arrival. So that's all I have. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Commissioner Bronson. Ladies and gentlemen, this does complete our business for tonight. This is our last meeting unless we have a call meeting between now and December the 31st. And we'll resume our regular business in January. And of course, we hope to see these commissioners. We'll talk with you a little bit about the implosion that's going to happen on January the 1st. So we'll be reaching out to you about that. Otherwise, everyone be safe for the holidays and have a Merry Christmas. Meeting's hereby adjourned.